Hi there. Do your money fears keep you awake at night? Confession time. Mine do. And I constantly wrestle with money fears. It's an ongoing process to work on building healthier money beliefs. So, in trying to get on top of mine, I irrationally found some level of comfort in discovering I'm not alone in what can sometimes feel like overwhelming money fears. And in this video, I'm going to uncover the most common money fears that a lot of us deal with and suggestions for how to counteract them. Welcome back. So let's take a look at the most common money fears and action steps to counteract them. The first fear we have is that we will never have enough money. We fear no matter how hard we work, we'll never be able to accumulate enough to be financially secure. And for some battling debt, we fear we'll be crushed on the massive amount of debt we have and never get our heads above water. And while these are very valid fears, we cannot let ourselves fall into a victim mentality and assume we have no control, because we do. And the first step to control is getting clarity. So let's take a look at that first concept. What is enough money? It's so ill-defined that it's no wonder we can't work towards it, because we have no idea what that even is. So the first step is to establish, what does enough mean to us? And the easiest way to do this is to take a look at what we lived on for the last 12 months. Now, this may sound like a gigantic task, but to be honest, this is our gigantic fear, and it deserves our focus and attention. So take a look at where your money went over the last 12 months and ask yourself, is this a realistic reflection of how much you truly need to live a comfortable life? Or, honestly, was there a lot of money that flowed frivolously out of your life that did not need to go and that you could have used more effectively to build assets? So work towards creating a realistic number. And that means go through them, identify those that you don't really need and put those aside, and get clear on what that number is. And once you're clear with your number, let's assume it turns out that you need £40,000 a year to live comfortably. We have a starting point. So the next step is to establish what kind of asset base we need to create to be able to provide that £40,000 for us per year. Now, the general assumption is that the market will be able to produce a 4% after inflation going forward. So we assume that we need to build up an asset pool that can create 4% of returns, and those 4% returns will equal to £40,000 per year. Now, 4% is 1/25th of 100. So we take that 40,000 and we multiply it by 25, we will get a lump sum of assets we need that will produce 4%, being 40,000 per year. Now, while this may seem a huge, gigantic number to work towards, we have clarity. Just bear in mind, this is a very rudimentary estimation, but it does give you a broad idea of the asset pool you need to create. And so you have a defined number to work towards. And knowledge is power. And when you have that measurable number of what enough money means to you, it means you can focus your attention on that number. Now, clarity applies equally to debt. And while it may feel particularly overwhelming to take a close look at your debt, as you did for the assets you need, it is important to quantify this number. So take a look at your debt, get it onto a schedule, and understand exactly what you owe, and set up a plan to tackle it, either by paying off the highest interest rate debt, which is the one that's going to cost you the most, or by paying the smallest debt and thereby creating a bit of momentum to working towards the biggest debt. The cash flows you analyzed earlier should also give you an idea of any kind of expenses that you incurred that you really don't need to spend on, and this could provide a little bit of additional money to drive towards paying down your debt. Fear number 2, I don't understand financial concepts and I don't know what to do. Financial concepts can seem like a foreign language. However, it is essential to build your confidence around your finances and your financial literacy. So start by reading books on personal finance. David Bach in the US has the Automatic Millionaire series, which is a great starting guide. I would highly recommend Pete Matthews, who's UK based and he's a chartered financial planner. He's written a book, Meaningful Money, or the colorful Ann Wilson in her book, The Wealth Chef. Listen to financial podcasts geared to providing financial education. Again, Pete Matthews has an amazing podcast, just literally bursting with financial information. And it's also called Meaningful Money. Or Damien Fahy, who has the podcast Money to the Masses, hugely educational. In the US, we again have Farnoosh Torabi, a financial journalist, who, although US based, explains financial concepts very clearly in her So Money podcast. So if you prefer a more personal touch, a variety of professionals in the personal finance community could assist, including financial coaches such as myself, whose role is to provide financial education, mentoring, and coaching to help you get your finances in order. But be sure to check credentials. Money fear number 3. I fear losing my job and not being able to find work. Now, losing your job is a very real risk, no matter what stage of your career you're in, unless you're self-employed, and that brings its own level of challenges. So we all face the possibility every day, and it's not an unforeseen circumstance or situation or occurrence that we could be made redundant. And yet many of us haven't prepared financially for this possibility. Having an emergency fund of 3 to 6 or even 12 months of expenses can go a long way to cushioning this event should the situation occur. Also, you are your greatest asset when it comes to making money. Attend professional development opportunities, hone your skills, and build a strong professional network. Keep building and maintaining your confidence by constantly learning. And over and above all of this, be open to opportunities to develop additional streams of revenue. Think about where you can generate passive income streams, investing in property and creating an income stream, investing in other assets to create an income stream, or starting a side hustle. Money fear number 4. I fear losing all my money. Even though you are diligently saving and you've built up a decent wealth pot, you still face the fear that something terrible will happen. Another global financial crisis, theft or fraud, or something else that will result in you losing your money. Now, some fears around losing money can be good because it makes us more vigilant about our passwords, potential criminal approaches, and anything that doesn't sound legitimate. But sometimes these financial fears can also be irrational. Think about it. If you have diversified your investments, you are saving with regulated entities, you understand your investments, and you have taken steps to protect your income, such as income protection and disability insurance, you have to some extent gone a long way to mitigating these risks. If you haven't done these, why not do them? Money fear number 5 is particularly relevant to women. It is the fear that we'll run out of money in retirement. We are constantly bombarded in the media with the threat of longevity, which, to be honest, does not sound like such a bad gift to me, of course, without the wrinkles. And there are tons of other negative news about how we have not put enough money into our retirement savings because of the gender pay gap, time out of the workforce, and a bunch of other headwinds that are holding us back. So what I would say is, shut off the bad news and take a good hard look at your financial situation. If in any doubt as to its sufficiency, speak with a financial advisor and get a plan in place to take action. There is, of course, a risk that we could run out of money in retirement. However, if we are proactive and we take the steps to minimize it by doing the work now, we can have a huge impact on reducing that probability. We all have money histories and money beliefs and the fears that have come about because of that. And as tough as it is to facing up to our money beliefs and our fears and taking action on them, this is ultimately the only way we can address them and diminish them. Now, this not only makes the possibility of a positive outcome and takes away the risk of our worst fears happening, but it also builds our confidence, improves our relationship with money, and sets us up for financial stability. Please check out the show notes below and grab the Financial Intelligence Roadmap to get your financial house in order and slay some of those money fears. So if you like this video, please let me know by liking it and share it with any other ladies who are ready to change their financial story. Comment below if there was anything you found helpful or anything more you need to know. For financial education and money talk designed especially for women, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post any new videos. It has been great speaking to you, and I look forward to doing so again.